Hello everybody, Dokkan Assets here. Today we are back with another V-Jump overview video, and today we have the final issue of V-Jump 2022. I cannot believe that we have made it all the way to the end of this year with this series. I feel like every single year that I get the December issue of V-Jump, I'm always like, wow, we really did 12 of these this year? That's crazy. This video, of course, being the final one of the year, not only will we be taking a look at every single V-Jump cover that we've gotten this year and stacking them up all on the table as is tradition with the final V-Jump video of the year, but I also do have a little bit of a teaser for the next V-Jump for you, and I think you're gonna like this one. So let's get into this issue so we can get into the good stuff at the very end of the video. Of course, if you do enjoy, don't forget to like and subscribe, all that funny YouTube stuff. Thank you so much. It really helps the channel out. And starting us off today, we have a very nice Naruto cover. It is a little bit of a shame, as you can see. Well, maybe you can't actually see on the corner of mine there. There is a little crease. No, yeah, I think you can see that in the camera. Unfortunately, that's just kind of how it was at the place that I pick up these V-Jumps. That's how they gave it to me. I mean, sometimes it happens with books, you know, it is what it is. It is paper after all. But it is a very nice Naruto and Boruto cover. I'm not even really a fan of Naruto and Boruto. Or, well, I mean, I guess I'm more of a fan of Naruto than Boruto, but I've actually never watched Naruto, which I definitely need to at some point. However, obviously, this is still a very nice cover. I love the art style, and I really like the orange aesthetic. Kind of a missed opportunity to make this the Halloween one, because, like, this style of the logo would be perfect for Halloween. I don't know why they didn't do that, but whatever. We do get a ton of V-Jump promos in here today, though. We actually are getting a Yu-Gi-Oh promo, I'm not sure what that is. We'll see what when we get there. We're getting a Dragon Quest promo, and I actually have no idea what that other promo is there either, if I'm being 100% honest with you. I actually have no clue what that could be, but I do recognize those other two. I think this is like Monst card game or the ZX card game or something like that. But yeah, very nice cover on the back. They're still advertising Dragon Ball The Breakers, bro. I swear, we're going to look at the back of these once we get all of the ones from this year. And I want to see how many times they've advertised The Breakers, because I feel like we've seen The Breakers as the ad on the back of these V-Jumps for far too many V-Jumps now. By the way, if you are curious why we have a Naruto cover this time around, it is because that Naruto is actually having an anniversary right now. So, of course, you know, it makes sense to have Naruto be the cover for this particular issue. Something else that is going to be interesting to note as we go forward with this video, and you'll see it towards the end, is that there is a Dragon Ball cover for the January issue. And interestingly enough, I did not notice this, but ooh, that's a cool Duel Links ad. The January issue of this year's V-Jump, as well as the January issue for next year, which, you know, I'm going to show you, both of them were Dragon Ball covers, which I think is really interesting. So I'm going to be curious to see if there's any kind of pattern there as to them selecting what cover they use. Oh, that's really cool. That's sick. I'm assuming they're doing like this, where they just recently updated the official Dragon Ball site. So it would make sense to me that they are doing an update to the official Naruto site as well. Obviously, that would make sense. And, you know, I mean, it's good when sites get an update, especially for an anniversary. Oh, we got one of these. Okay. How am I going to show you this? Let's see. How does this extend? Oh, I don't... What? There's, like, pages within pages? Okay, so let's extend this out first of all. So we have this, right? This is the extent of this page. Okay. So then, oh, this is going to be so hard to show you this. So we have this page. Yeah, no, okay. I think you can get that fairly well. Yeah. Yeah, okay. And then we can do, oh, sorry. I missed one. These are so hard to get. Like, it's already not the best setup reading a book for a video, right? Like reading a physical book like this, right? And like showing you, oh, don't fall. And showing you the pages. Okay, now we're going to go to the big one since I showed you the two in between pages. There you go. That's what that looks like. Bam. And then there's another in-between thing here. Are you kidding me? All right, thankfully, this one is just a fold out. Ooh, that's really cool, though, actually. Naruto 20th Anniversary. That's sick. That is really cool. Obviously, you got all the characters on there. They really stuck 2 fold-out pages next to each other. V-Jump staff, you really hate me out in these streets, don't you? I think these pages are so cool in concept, and obviously, like, reading it in a book, like, it's super cool, but for me personally, obviously, you know, like, doing these V-Jump videos and basically just holding up the book as I flip through it, it's terrible for me. Because it's just so difficult to try and finagle this correctly. Alright. Moving on past all of those shenanigans, we have some very nice art here of Sasuke. And moving on, we are moving into the Naruto export. So, Borutage, I think is how you technically pronounce that, because it's supposed to be like a pun on Boruto, right? Very, very cool. I'm assuming they're basically just knocking out all the Naruto stuff in the beginning. Oh, there's the full piece of art from the cover. That's really cool, actually. That's sick. Boruto, Naruto, Next Generations. There you go. Very cool. And then, obviously, this is the manga section here, which, of course, you know, as per usual, we skip over the manga section, because if you really want to read the new manga chapter, I'm sure you can find it online somewhere. Hold on. I see Goku. Wait a minute. Wait a second. We're not even in the Dragon Ball section yet. Obviously, you know that I like to get to the very end of these. Yeah, wait a minute. Zamasu? Is this just talking about various Jump manga and it just happens to be... No, hold on. I'm so confused. Why are we jumping from... Why are we jumping from Boruto to Dragon Ball Super? What is this? Interesting. Okay. I'm assuming this is just a interview special for the manga. This is just kind of a weird spot to have, like, the Dragon Ball section, unless it's just going to be this small for this issue, and they really are just then going to skip to the Yu-Gi-Oh section. Yeah, this is talking about the Dragon Ball manga specifically. Holy cow. Look at all of these characters. Oh my gosh. I could not imagine editing that together. That must have been so tedious to put together. Holy cow. Yeah, talking about Moro and Granola, Gas, Bardock, all the funny manga characters. I really need to get back to reading it. No, that's literally just an aside for Dragon Ball. Okay, cool. I was like, wow, the Dragon Ball section is going to be really small this time. No, it's just... It's just in there. The Dragon Ball books section is what they call that. Is just in the middle. Alright, cool. No, really, it's fine. Oh, look at my boy! Look at Toons. Look at them. I love it so much. My first deck that I built, I think I've talked about this in a past V-Jump video. My first deck that I built on Master Duel was Toons, because as a kid, I always loved the Toon archetype. I loved it ever since I saw it in the anime, you know, with Pegasus's funny deck in Duelist Kingdom, right? And ever since I saw that deck, I always wanted to build it as a kid, but the deck was so expensive to build, and not to mention, like, it was kind of, I think, towards the time that I ended up getting out of Yu-Gi-Oh! But so, when I played Master Duel, you already know that the first deck that I built was a Toons in honor of Little Theo's wishes, making his dreams fulfilled. And I gotta say, that deck is very fun. I really enjoy using it. I don't play Master Duel too often. I was definitely playing it more when it came out. I do actually want to hop back into it again. It's just, at the moment, there's so many good games to play, you know. We just had Sonic Frontiers came out. Obviously, Pokemon just came out. You know, of course, lots of fun stuff happening in Dokkan and in Legends as well. So that's kind of taking up my gaming time, as it were. But for our Yu-Gi-Oh card today, this is the promo. This guy is sick! That is so cool! That is really cool. Let me actually turn the light on that so you can kind of get a little bit of a better look on it. And then, but you can get, it's weird, you can kind of see the shine better when there is no direct light on it, which is interesting. Very nice card, though, as per usual. I will be putting this to the side, don't worry. I do sleeve these up. I actually have dedicated Yu-Gi-Oh sleeves that I bought literally just for these. And to put the V-Jump promos in there, I also put the SDVH promos in there, too. They're just nice because they're a little bit more, like, thin width-wise, right? Like they're not as wide, you know, as like Pokemon sleeves, because Pokemon sleeves, they got a little bit of chunk, you know, the Pokemon cards got a little bit of chunk in the trunk when it comes to the cards, but Yu-Gi-Oh cards are a lot thinner, you know, in the length, or in the width, rather. So the sleeves for Yu-Gi-Oh were quite nice for, obviously, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, no duh, but also for the SDBH cards because they are a little bit less in width. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the manga post section here. This is usually where they talk about the Yu-Gi-Oh cards that they actually used in the duels, which I always think is pretty cool. And obviously that's genius marketing because, of course, you know, I mean, literally I just talked about how I saw the Toon deck and I was like, I want to build that as a kid. You know, what kid doesn't want to build the same deck that they see their favorite characters in the show using? Oh, are we getting a One Piece card game card? Oh, are they going to start doing these as VGM promos now? That is so unfair that the DBS TCG doesn't get that. Well, let me show you this One Piece Treasure Cruise page first. Yeah, this is some One Piece Film Red stuff. Funny enough, I actually did want to talk about this. I haven't really gotten to talk about this in any kind of video. But I did actually see One Piece Film Red. And no, I am not caught up to One Piece whatsoever. A couple of my buddies who are huge fans of One Piece were literally just like, yeah, you're going to see the movie, and I'm paying for your ticket. You can't say anything about it. And I was like, well, I mean, sheesh, a free movie? I'm not going to say no to that. And with the boys, bro, count me in. So I did actually end up seeing the movie. It was quite good. I really enjoyed it, actually. It was a very good movie. Okay, so we have a card here. It's always unfortunate to me that these don't really have any shine, right? Let's take a look at it with the light on. Yeah, you can barely see it like that. It's just so weird to me because, like, you would think that they would at least put, like, a glossy finish on that. It kind of looks like it, like, when I'm tilting it in the light, but I promise you, that's just the material that the card is made out of. It's literally just like regular cardboard, and it just kind of reflects with the light there. But yeah, there you go. There's your card. I feel like it's so weird because the card feels, like, empty almost, but maybe that's kind of the point because it's supposed to be, like, a full art, or I mean, as it says there, it's a character card. And there's the back of the card. I was looking to see. I didn't remember if these had any like reflect type of thing, but yeah, there's your One Piece card game card. Very cool to get another one of these. I know before the card game actually came out, they gave us a Luffy promo in V-Jump, which was really cool. Almost like a little pre-release type of thing, even though that's not exactly what it was, but kind of the same concept, I suppose. Yeah, I feel like I know that guy's name. Again, I'm not caught up on One Piece whatsoever, so I would not be the person to ask for One Piece character names like that. However, I feel like I know this guy's name. I think I've had friends tell me about this character before. I just don't remember. I apologize. You can absolutely, though, fill me in the comments. As always, right? Feel free to. Okay. One Piece Thousand Storm, Bounty Rush. I'm excited to get to the Dragon Ball stuff, even though, obviously, there isn't... Let me also focus the camera again. I always like to focus the camera after I pick it up to look at a card just to make sure that we're focused in on the, you know, on the actual manga pages here. Or the manga pages, the V-Jump pages. Skipping past One Piece Odyssey, we have the degree log. This section is always in here. They basically are just covering different One Piece manga shenanigans that are going on right now. Here we go. Oh, psych, we're at Dragon Quest. I was like, alright, Dragon Ball. Why did they put this page here? I guess it's just because it's talking about the promo. That's a little bit weird. I feel like, I mean, they did talk about it there. Ooh, hold on. Okay. I don't think this is actually ripping it. Yeah, even though it sounds like that. This is a very weird transitional page because it goes from One Piece. You open it, right? And it's all this. Oh, I recognize some of this. Obviously, Luffy and Zoro. But there's, is that not Big Mom up in the corner there? There's also Ace right there, too. Very cool. I see Marco up in the corner. Of course, Whitebeard. I think everybody probably knows Whitebeard at this point, right? I don't even need to reference the meme. And all of you in the comments, I'm sure, will be spamming it, which you're more than welcome to. But yeah, very weird that this just transitions and then the backside is the Dragon Quest page. That's kind of weird. I don't know if I've seen them do that before, or at least in a while. It's weird to have, like, the two different animes, you know, sort of crossing over in that weird sort of way. Alright. Moving on, we are now in the Dragon Quest section. The Infinity Strash? Is that what that says? That seems like the wrong way to pronounce that, but I think that is correct. The Infinity Strash. Interesting. Dragon Ball is towards the back this time. Again, sorry, I'm just going to focus the camera. Just want to make sure, because obviously I've, you know, I don't want to like sit down to edit the video and then be like, oh, look, the pages look terrible. I always hate it when I feel like there's a couple of pages that are unfocused, because it's so hard to be like, well, you know, I can't just like, I guess I could just re-record those specific pages, but then it kind of ruins the flow of the video and yada, 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 you know. I think you all understand, right? So I just want to make sure it's focused so you guys can see the pages. Please, bro. That's the whole point of the videos. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. Very, very nice. I think we are ending our Dragon Quest section here, actually, fairly quickly, because I see the manga section coming up. That's very cute with the guy riding the slime. I always love all the slime merchandise. I think that is one thing that everybody loves from Dragon Quest, is a little slime. Even if you're not a Dragon Quest fan, I think you can just appreciate how cute he is. That is a dope cover. That is literally cover for this issue of the Dragon Quest manga. That's so cool. A double-page cover? Are you kidding me? That's sick. Oh, that's also... What is this? I don't actually know what this is. It doubles as the manga cover and whatever that's supposed to be. I don't know what piece of merchandise that is, but yeah, here you go. Here is our card that we're going to be getting. That is a little pamphlet for it. Again, this, if you're unfamiliar, the Dragon Quest card game is literally just like Super Dragon Ball Heroes, except for Dragon Quest, where it's just Dragon Quest characters instead of Dragon Ball characters. Which is kind of funny, because obviously Dragon Quest is another Akira Toriyama property, so my man's got 2 of these card arcade games under his belt. Kind of a weird thing, to be honest with you. But yeah, here is the back of the card. See what I'm talking about, bro? Look at the unfocus on that. Get that bad boy in focus. Thank you. Very, very nice. There's the back of the card. And bam! There is the front of the card. I think it's pretty plain to see that this guy is a villain. It will be kind of funny if he's actually a hero and I'm saying this and I'm incorrect. But definitely looks like a villain type character. The Shattered Glass Hollow looks more like potent than before, if that's even the correct way to describe it. It looks like more rainbowy in the cracks of the glass, if that makes sense. Looks like almost like brighter colors that are in there. That's really nice. I always really like these V-Gem promos. Again, why can't the One Piece card game cards just do something like that? Like, even, you know, you don't even have to make it like hollow or like Shattered Glass Hollow or anything like that. Like, at least just make it a glossy card, you know? Because then it's like, well, it may as well just be a regular card at that rate, you know? May as well not even, like, make it a promo. But then I guess maybe the logic is you could just use that card in your deck, you know? And it's not a V-Gem promo, but then there's like Yu-Gi-Oh promos that you would think the same logic would apply to. I don't know, man. Ooh, that guy is looking very cool. This is the whole chunk of Dragon Quest stuff in here. Look at how big this is. Here, let me go to the very last page here. Yeah. Literally, it ends like right here. Look at how big that chunk is. Oh my gosh. That is a huge chunk of the V-Gem that is taken up by the Dragon Quest manga. You'll have to see it, though. I love to see, because even though, obviously, Dragon Quest isn't as popular here in the States, and I think that's pretty clear. And I talk about this a lot in the V-Gem videos, where, like, that obviously in Japan, Dragon Quest is a lot more popular, you know? I think the thing that I'm going to say that's a little bit different, though, is that it's very nice to see Dragon Quest's popularity. Maybe I have talked about this before, but it's nice to see Dragon Quest's popularity really, like, kind of have a resurgence. Because I've been doing these V-Jump videos since, oh man, like, what, 2019, I think? Was probably the first year that I started getting these. And I've been doing it ever since, only missing some of the issues because of, you know, that world event that I'm not going to say the name of in fear of getting hit with the funny yellow sign by Susan. But in 2020, you know, the year that all of that occurred, obviously I missed a couple because I couldn't go out and actually get the physical issues to my house. But other than that, right, that was really the only time that I ever, like, missed those. So, all right. Ooh, hoo, hoo. We're getting into the Dragon Ball, baby. All right, so we obviously have a ton of stuff about the breakers. I mean, that's pretty much obvious. Obviously, this game has been getting advertised so much. I do need to play more of it. I played a little bit of the beta, but All right, so we have, oh my gosh, look at all these really sick cards. So we have the Ultra God Mission 5 cards here with arrows. We got the Gamma 1 and 2. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, that was dinner. I'm so sorry. We got UI Goku. We got disguised Cronoa up there when she goes to confront Arrows. We also have over here, just so it doesn't get in the way, we have the Supreme Kai of Time card and your boy Cell. It's always so funny to me that they don't use the art for the, like, also at the bottom here, I know it's kind of hard to see because it's in the crease, there's that Trunks card and the Goku. It's so funny to me that they don't use, like, the art for that card, right? Like, they use a different card art for the character render in the background. I always think that that's kind of interesting. All right. Ooh. 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 Yeah, I remember seeing a bunch of these cards during the SDBH live stream. Look at that Goku art in the background. That is some beautiful Fenyo artwork right there if I've ever seen it. Hold on. It looks like the camera is unfocused. Let me fix that for you. There you go. That is some very nice Goku artwork there for sure. Definitely like the look of that a lot. And of course, we talked about these during the SDBH live stream as well. So cool. The original Dragon Ball Cardass cards that were a really old collectible card game that Dragon Ball did. They're actually doing a bunch of those cards as SDBH cards, which is really, really cool. And we also have the 12th anniversary super guide there on the side as well. These are super cool. Definitely want to get my hands on those at some point. Of course, we have the Super Saiyan 4s for the main characters, which is really, really cool. And we have the UDM Burst 52 SDBH set there on the left. Definitely want to cop that Warrior in Black minifigure. That one is really, really cool. We, of course, I don't know why they say Super Saiyans at the top, because Warrior in Black is the only Super Saiyan there. But yeah, the Ichiban Kuji for the SDBH anniversary. We, of course, also have the Volume 2 I believe those are the potato snack arts. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's one of those things where the little art piece comes in the packaging with a little piece of food. And of course, I mean, I have to point it out there, but Gohan Beast! Gohan Beast! He's a beast! Alright. So now we have, oh, we got the power. That's pretty cool. This is the rework of the original Figure-Rise Standard base form Goku. They are doing reworks of some of these older Figure-Rise Standard figures, which I think is really interesting. Very cool, obviously making them a little bit more anime accurate. I'm sure improving the build quality a little bit and using some of the new techniques that they have for the actual posability of the newer Figure-Rise Standard figures and implementing it into some of the older figures. They're starting off with base form Goku. They haven't actually shown off any other characters yet, but that'll be really cool to see when they do more of those. I'm excited to see who else they do. It'll be really cool. Alright, so this was also a page I was looking forward to. Not just the Bardock Kakarot DLC, but as you can see, this is the page for Gamma 1 and 2, which is really, really cool to see. Obviously, it is so cool to own these physical V-Jump pages because it's so interesting, like seeing them on Twitter, right? Obviously, here is the Legends page. It's so interesting seeing these on Twitter and then actually getting to hold the physical page in your hand and having all these Dragon Ball artworks in such just like nice quality is so good. By the way, I explain this every time, but this is code cards for video games, so you can cut this open and then you can get a code to unlock something in the particular video games that are listed there, which is pretty neat. I really like that they do that. We have My Hero Ultra Rumble. I think this is that My Hero Battle Royale game, if memory serves on that one. Don't quote me on that. You can correct me in the comments for that one. The Vital Bracelet. This looks like something where you basically have a little Tamagotchi My Hero character. That's kind of interesting. We have Ultra Impact. I remember they released the funny Miracle card, which everybody was going crazy for, because of course everybody loves the bunny lady. We have Demon Slayer here, which also looks pretty cool. Is this the game? Yeah, I think this is the Demon Slayer game. Yeah. The fighting game, which is pretty cool. Alright, let's see. My man Tanjiro, his eye makeup be running there a little bit. Ah! The Zenitsu dressed up, of course. That's very funny. These are very nice. It's so cool just having some of this art in like high quality. If I had a scanner and like there was a way to flatten out these pages better. Oh, Captain Tsubasa. We have not seen a Captain Tsubasa game? Oh, DLC for a Captain Tsubasa game. Interesting. If I had a scanner, I would definitely be willing to like scan some of the art for some of this stuff because I feel like it's really cool. Ah, All-Star Battle R. I definitely need to play this game at some point. Please don't tell me that's the character select screen. Oh my gosh, that looks like such a mess. I don't think it actually is. I think it's just like an image of all the different characters on there. I definitely need to play this game at some point. I was so excited when they announced this game, and then like it just kind of fell off for me personally. Here, speaking of Battle Royales, is the JoJo Battle Royale game. It looks like the boy Whole Horse is joining the fray, which is pretty cool. I really wish they would have made that like an actual video game rather than... I mean, not that like arcade games aren't actually video games, but you know what I mean, like for consoles and PC and stuff. It would have been really cool. Instead of honestly, instead of releasing All-Star Battle again, I think a lot of people would have probably gone crazy for a JoJo game like that, where it's the sort of Battle Royale setting. I think people definitely would have... At least I know I would have preferred that. I guess I can't say in good conscience that everybody would have preferred that, of course. We have Bleach Brave Souls. We have Hunter x Hunter Battle Arena. I'm sure Bleach Brave Souls is popping off right now, considering that the anime is making its comeback at the moment, or I guess more like continuation, you would say, right? So I'm sure that Bleach Brave Souls is eating in terms of new units. I know that the gameplay in that game isn't too crazy, and I know for a fact that the engine for that game is real dated, if I'm being 100% honest with you, but I'm sure that they're still eating. Alright, Digimon shenanigans here. I know people love the Digimon. Again, this is another series that I'm happy to see sort of make a resurgence. That's an SH Figures, isn't that Angelmon or Angelwoman or something like that? Again, I'm not a Digimon head, so I don't know. Something like that. Oh, Pokemon! Speaking of different monster collecting series, we have Scarlet and Violet here, of course, talking about the two Sword Boys, the two Knight Pokemon. I actually just beat Scarlet and Violet recently. Fantastic. I gotta say, oh, and talking about all the Pokemon and stuff, I gotta say, honestly, this game has some of my favorite cast of characters. It has some of my favorite Pokemon. The mechanics are fantastic. I think if this game was more polished and had more time to cook in the oven, right? And was not like rushed for the holidays, maybe they gave it another year on it, I think it honestly could have been the best Pokemon game of all time. But with the way that the game runs, that is definitely not the case, unfortunately. The game runs like it's, you know, a potato clock runs better than Scarlet and Violet runs, unfortunately. The game is so much fun, right? Like, the gameplay itself is fantastic. It refines Pokemon to a T, and it's like one of the most Pokemon games of all time. Yes, one of the most fun Pokemon games of all time. Ah, speaking of fun games, Sonic Frontiers, this game was so good too. This did have a couple of issues running, I know. But they are going to do a bunch of free updates for this game. They actually announced them on Twitter, on the official Sonic Twitter account. So that I'm pretty excited to see. But yeah, I'm really hoping that with Pokemon going forward, maybe they'll update the game and eventually give it some updates so that it can run a little bit better. Because I feel like if it just had that, it could honestly be the best Pokemon game, like, clears, bro. Like, it clears all of the other ones. It's like, it really is that good. And it's crazy to say that, despite how much the, you know, glaring technical issues are present. But I mean, those are kind of like undeniable with how in your face those technical issues are. Like, they're bad, right? They're like really bad. We have Disgaea. I do recognize that on the side. I recognize that art style. A couple of the homies play Disgaea RPG. We do have ZX card game. Okay, we may be getting to the promo here that I was talking about. Potentially could be in this issue here. What do we have? I know I saw that promo card coming up, but I don't know exactly where it is. We have more funny anime women. You love to see it, bro. Oh look, Hearts is Cubes featuring one of those cards. What do we have next here? Build and Divide. Okay, maybe this is a Build and Divide. Rem and Ram? Hello? In an alternate universe? Interesting. Maybe this is a build and divide card that is the promo card for this one. Oh, no, hold on. Wait, Anya! Spy Family! What? Oh, that other one only had one page. Okay, hi Anya, how's it going? This is just talking about all the different character relationships and whatnot. That's pretty cool. Some of the different Spy Family merchandise. I am not caught up on Spy Family, actually. Once Pokemon and Sonic came out, I really fell behind on watching anime. I need to get back to that. But Spy Family is very good, though. I highly recommend it. It's absolutely fantastic. Like, I think it may be one of my favorite anime of all time. It's so good, dude. So good. Alright, so it's looking like the promo is going to be Battle Spirits. I think we're finally on the right track here. Battle Spirits, oh, I can feel that promo card sticking out. I can feel it making the page just unnecessarily harder to turn. Oh, I know it's there. Ah, there it is. All right. So here is the card here, right? And then let's go ahead and take a look at the actual little insert. There's the front. Almost said there's the back. And there is the front. Let's go ahead and actually pop that bad boy out of the oven. And let's go ahead and see what we got here. I'm always like really conflicted on the promos for these card games. Basically the 3 card games that we just took a look at in the back of V-Jump here. I'm always so conflicted with these because like the character designs are always just so interesting to take a look at. Ah, yeah, okay. So Battle Spirits, it is notorious on this channel because I always say, whoa, the background of these is so cool because you have this really cool like effect where when the light hits the back correctly, you get this really sick like, you know, sort of shine on it, which is pretty cool. But yeah, here we have the card. Again, another card game that doesn't really do a glossy finish. It's basically just a normal card here. But this is a pretty cool looking card. I don't know what this creature is supposed to be. I actually have no idea. Yeah, I'm not sure. He does look pretty cool though, for sure. Very interesting. Yeah, I guess he's some kind of robot samurai or something like that. Interesting. He's kind of got the whole All Might little like hair tufts going on there, which is kind of interesting too. Alright, so we are finally nearing the end of this V-Jump issue, ladies and gentlemen. We have just the end comics to go over. And then, oh, hold on. I literally just dropped that piece of scrap that I just cut off of the, onto my electrical outlet, just to not want to cause a fire mid-video. Okay, so let's take a look at the comic section now. Obviously, with these particular manga little inserts here, I like to at least cover these just because I always feel like that these you probably won't get to see them. Oh, look at that art of Frieza Kid Buu. Oh, that's so cool. Obviously, they're talking about Dragon Ball The Breakers here. That's pretty neat. That's really sick. Yeah, obviously, I always feel like when it comes to these, I'm sure that you won't be able to get these anywhere else. Oh, hey, look, Hercule. You know, I'm sure that it probably is pretty hard to find, like, these translated online or even just, like, visible, let alone translated. So, I always like to show these, at least. You know, just to kind of have these in the video, and then because it's like a V-Jump exclusive thing and you know, can't just go and Google Dragon Ball Super, Chapter 452, translated, you know, type of dealio. Alright, so nearing our end here, I'm very excited to take a look at all of the issues that we have seen throughout the year. I'm very excited to put them all next to each other. It's always really cool stacking them up, seeing all the spines next to each other. It's going to be so weird because, what was it, 2020? No, 2021, 2021 I also didn't have a complete set either. Because I believe the way that it went was with 2020, I think I just checked on my shelf before the video, and I believe it was issue 7 that I got up to for 2020. And then I think I wasn't able to obtain them anymore. Keep in mind, they always come out like a month before the month that they're technically for. And then, oh, what do we have for the giveaway section? Oh, Zombie V-Jump, man. That's kind of funny. Very interesting. Nothing too crazy this time around, to be honest with you. But yeah, and then I think I missed out, oh, KOF. on the January issue of 2021. So if I really want to collect the full set for those, which I know sounds kind of dumb maybe, but I mean, it's always nice having the full thing on the shelf, you know? I'll have to go back and find those online. And honestly, these are kind of hard to find online because this isn't really something that, like, people want, I guess, or at least, like, people stateside aren't necessarily, like, going crazy for V-Jump magazines, you know? So it's hard to find an English listing. And not to mention, right, like, when it comes to a magazine service, you know, who wants a magazine that has outdated information, I guess? You know, when it comes to, like, buying the older issues or something like that. Woo! Look at the boys, bro. Oh, man, look at the boys. That is so sick. That is so clean. Woo! You love to see it. Thank you, Gohan Beast. Very cool. All right. Final couple pages. So, yeah, I'll have to see if I can't go back and get those maybe at some point just to complete. But I think my whole point of saying that... Oh, wow, they have the same page in here again. That's funny. It is a little bit different because it doesn't say Super Saiyans on it, but... basically the same page. I do have actually this rosé card that they gave. I talked about that in the Vegeta video that I made. Alright! With that, the final issue is done, but don't go anywhere yet because we have to take a look at all of this year's issues. Alright, let me raise these up. These are heavy, bro. Oh man, I already have a bad back, so lifting with my back was not a good idea for that. Oh! This is going to be really hard to get on camera, huh? Alright. Let's go ahead and stack these up sideways so you can see all the spines. Oh, hold on. Let me not drop it. Okay. Alright, we're good. Oh, this is a workout right here. Alright. Let's get these all against the wall just so it's a little bit easier to get them all lined up. Do we have all the spines in frame? Not really, to be honest with you. Let me actually pull the camera back a little bit to get these all in frame. Alright, I think this is pretty good. Let me see if I can't stick number 8 in there a little bit. There we go. We have all 12 issues of V-Jump 2022 right here on the screen for you. It is so cool always seeing these lined up because it's also really interesting seeing the differences in the spine and the stylistic choices that they use every year because they've been doing white spines for this year, but you'll see I'll compare the issue 1 from this year to issue 1 of next year in a moment here. But before we do that, oh man, this was a terrible idea to do it this way. That does look kind of cool though, I'm not gonna lie. Let's go ahead and restack up the boys. Oh my gosh, these are, bro, listen, these are really easy to handle one-on-one, but my gosh, when these are all like lined up like this, these are really heavy. All right. So let's take a look at each issue here. Wow, these like take up so much space that I have to actually like here. Let me move these to the side a little bit. Actually, let me put them like half off this way. Oh my gosh, I'm really playing a dangerous game here. All right. So here is January's issue of this year. We have the boy Gogeta, which is really, really cool. Definitely like that one. Very, very nice. Again, Dragon Ball cover for January, which is very interesting. And they always pick a sick character, too. Obviously, this is Blue Evolution Gogeta, right? Let's, I guess, put this... You know what we'll do? We'll put it on the top, and then we'll pull this one out, so then that way it'll just, like, go down the row a little bit. We can kind of keep our sanity. We have the February issue, which is the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s issue right here. We did have a couple of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s covers this year. Oh, by the way, before we actually go too deep, let's see. Kakarot was the ad on the January issue. Kakarot was the ad on the February issue. Okay, good to know. Let's see. What about the March issue? They changed it to Monster Hunter Sunbreak for the back ad. And of course, for this one, we had this really cool Boruto cover. I have no idea who this guy is. Again, not a Boruto fan. Haven't seen Naruto, so I couldn't tell you. But very, very cool cover nonetheless. And I like the pink aesthetic. Aesthetic? I can't speak, apparently. The pink aesthetic with this one. I thought that one was really good. All right. Now we have the April issue. Back to Dragon Ball Z Kakarot for the back ad. And for the front of this issue, we had a really cool one, actually, with Goku and this Dragon Quest character on the front, which is a nice little crossover. Obviously, this is the type of stuff with V-Jump, besides just these very nice-looking covers, that you love to see. These very wacky crossover sort of shenanigans. Always love to see this type of stuff with V-Jump. Going past the April issue here, I'm going to have to figure out a better way to do this. Hopefully by next year, when I have all these issues for 2023, which is crazy to say, I'll have a better way to execute this. But here is the 5th month of May with a Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush cover. I almost said Vrains, but that is not correct. And then we have another Monster Hunter Sunbreak. Okay, so they cut back to Monster Hunter Sunbreak after doing Kakarot, which is kind of interesting. Let's go ahead and... Ooh, this cover was a personal favorite of mine. Y'all know, obviously, we are a Dragon Ball channel around here, so of course, this cover was very much so appreciated. We had the Dragon Ball Super superhero cover with Ultimate Gohan and Piccolo Unleashed. This was a super sick cover, and I would love to actually get this one framed, because I think this is just a super sick cover. Maybe even with the one that I'm going to show you for the January issue. I think that'd be really cool. But yeah, very nice cover. A Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. All right, so they got 4 out of the first 6 months of the year was Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Okay, very interesting. We have issue number 7 here, which was actually a cover that I really, really liked. I may even get this one framed too, to be honest with you, and put it next to my dual disc, because I think this is just such a nice cover with obviously the boy Yami representing on the front there. A very, very nice cover. Always love the Yu-Gi-Oh! Covers, of course. I'm a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! who grew up with this version of Yu-Gi-Oh! With the original series. So Monster Hunter Sunbreak, again, a little bit different this time. And of course we have the little Sheeb in the corner there. Very cute. This is a thicker issue as well. They were popping off with this month. I don't know. They had a lot of news to cover. Alright, this is absolutely an awful way to do this. I'm just letting you know. If you ever, for some reason, find yourself reviewing V-Jump magazines and you have to show off every single issue from the year in one go, don't do it this way. just my personal recommendation. And I bumped the camera here. I'm sorry. All right. Next up, we have the Demon Slayer cover, which is really, really cool. As you can see, obviously we got the boy Tanjiro on the front there. This was the one that had that really cool little like clear file that you could get in this one, which was nice. It's interesting. They never really have done that before, at least as far as I've been collecting V-Jump issues. So it's cool to see that. And the same Monster Hunter Sunbreak back cover there. All right. Oh boy. Let me adjust here. I think the strap for this now is going to be going like this, and then putting the other cover over here, and then doing this. I am sure that there is a way more efficient way to do that, and I'm sure that all of you in the comments are probably yelling at me for how stupid this is doing it like this, but oh well, it is what it is. This one was actually really cool, especially like I talked about in the beginning of the movie. In the beginning of this video, I actually got to go see this movie. Of course, this being the One Piece film red cover with Luffy and Uta on the front, which is really, really nice. This was also the issue where we got that One Piece card game promo card, which was really, really cool, or at least just the Luffy basic card. I forgot about this one. The absolutely horrifying Monster Hunter Sunbreak back cover here. I don't know why they like made this guy stylized this way, because I feel like it looks kind of spooky. Like if I was a little kid and I saw that guy's face, I think I would be a little bit put off. It's not anything wrong with his face. It's just like the way that they stylized it, like by trying to make it like an art thing. It just looks, they what did they do to my mans? That's what I'm trying to say. All right, for the 10th issue, we have this really cool Dragon Ball Super manga, UI, Goku, and Bardock cover. Obviously, this was when the manga was pushing these two really heavy, and this was a really cool cover. I actually really like this one as well. Obviously, very big Toyotaro style on this one. Mine's kind of twisted up at the bottom. This one kind of got a little bit damaged, which is a little bit unfortunate. But here's when they started doing Dragon Ball The Breakers, and you're going to see that from this point forward, it's basically Breakers City. up until the very end here. I literally just spit on that issue. Let me just wipe that off real quick. That was absolutely disgusting. I hope none of you saw that. That was a little gross, if I'm being honest with you. All right. This is getting harder and harder to do, so I'm glad we only have 2 more left. We have last issue, which of course was the November issue with the boy Dai on the front. This is actually a pretty nice cover, to be honest with you. Again, I'm not even that big of a Dragon Quest head, but like, this just looks sick, if I'm being 100% honest with you. And, of course, Dragon Ball the Breakers. And, of course, we then come to our last issue, which I'm just going to pull that one right out there. I'm just going to put the 11th issue back up on the top. I'm sick of lifting it back up again. And we have, of course, the Naruto and Boruto cover from this time, and Dragon Ball the Breakers. I'm assuming this is probably going to be the ad for a while. It is kind of funny to note, though, on the 10th issue and on the 11th issue, they actually had the date on there like this of the release date, which is kind of funny that this is the November issue, and it came out a month before that. But then, as you can see with this one, right, they actually changed it up a little bit. To not include the date on there, I assume because obviously the game has already come out. So, you know, it seems a little bit pointless to advertise a game that is already released. All right. So that is all of them. That's everything that we got for this year, ladies and gentlemen. I would say, I'm so sorry, Gogeta. I don't mean to be messing you up like this, brother. I would say that we got some really solid covers this year. Really excited with all the different stuff that we got. A lot of different anime represented, which was really cool. Obviously, a lot of the heavy-hitting anime from this year was also represented. We had some Dragon Ball, we had some One Piece, we had some Naruto, we had some Dragon Quest. All types of good stuff on here. Realistically, as I'm looking at this, the only ones are actually... here, let me tilt this down a little bit so you can see it. The only ones that we realistically got actually are Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Quest. I don't know if I said Dragon Quest there. Yeah. Very interesting. Alright, well, of course, I'm not going to let you go away without seeing the next issue. I've been teasing you with it long enough. Keep an eye out for this video, because ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be a good one. Oh my gosh, we have a Gohan Beast cover. I am so excited. Let me give you a little pan on this one. Let me give you a little, ooh, hey, stay there, Gohan. I know your power is exploding. Don't worry, buddy. We'll take a look at you in a little bit. I'm not going to give you the full view. I'll give you the little pan, the little teaser here. So look forward to this video. And of course, as you can see in the corner there, Gohan Beast promo card of literally the cover of the issue. I am so excited to talk about that one, ladies and gentlemen. But of course, that is for another video. I hope you guys enjoyed. It is always so much fun doing these V-Jump videos. I actually really do enjoy doing these, and it seems like you guys enjoy watching them as well. It's always fun to do our little end of the year recap on these as well. It's always cool to see all the different covers throughout the year, all the different promo cards and stuff that we got. And of course, you know, if there's any covers that are really, really good, which we definitely got some this year. Let me know which was your favorite cover of 2022. And without further ado, I'll see you in the Gohan Beast cover, baby. Dokkan assets out. Peace.